Before we go any further, I just wanted to clarify about the addition of the hem allowance. So when we did the hem allowance in the last exercise for the lining, that allowance addition is actually for your fashion fabric. So that would be included in cutting out this whole piece in your fashion fabric. So your fashion fabric, style lines would be, and your cut lines actually would be around the red here, and then following the black, because again the green was the adjustment ease for the lining. So if I follow my black all the way around, including my lapel, and over back to the red, that would be my cut 2 in my fashion fabric if I had a symmetrical jacket, or obviously if you have an asymmetrical jacket, then you would have a right and a left, cut 1 right, cut 1 left. So this whole thing becomes your fashion fabric, cut 2 or cut 1 and 1. And then it was on this that we drafted and to remove your facing and your lining, which I'll talk about in the next video. And then here are the drafts of what we just did cut out, so that you can see clearly that this becomes the fashion fabric piece for the facing. So you cut 2 if the garment is symmetrical, add a fashion fabric of the facing, and then you would cut 2 of the lining. And you see the lining is going to be a little longer. And this little piece here, where you've marked your notches for X's, this is one of the few places in all of sewing that you'll find a raw edge. So that you'll see when we get into construction, this is going to be left raw. We will finish it by over stitching it, but that's one of the few places in all of sewing that you really find an unfinished edge. And when we get into construction, I'll go over this again. But just so you know, that is your facing and your lining patterns.